Welcome, everyone. Really happy that we're having two more today and the next Friday at this time from Aquatic Park. We'll be coming in to do T'ai Chi Chih, Qigong, some breathing, seated, and some circles with the body. So we're starting with triple burner now, seated. We're on our sits bones. We are exhaling down at the moment as the arms come down, and then we're coming up through the center of the body here. And we're going to push up the earth and send the earth into the sky on the exhale. So here's your inhale. Exhaling out. When you do this, feel how you're coming through the center of the body, how your exhale is powerful in some kind of soft way as you exhale down through this Qigong move of Buddha picks up the earth. When you come to your shoulders here, let them stay down as you exhale. That will involve the belly to some extent. So you want to, as much as possible, breathe as low as you can. Expanding the belly and now contracting it as you exhale. And the energy will move towards your Ming Men, which is the low part of the spine. One more of Buddha picks up the earth. The normal Qigong move we start with is called triple burner. So here we inhale up. The palms meet center here, and then you exhale down through three energy centers. Your head is the third, your heart and lungs is the second, and your abdomen is the third. And we do this one 9 times. Either standing, or today I just decided it would be fun to sit on a stool and show that this is another way you can do this. I'm going to stand now. Move back and keep going. Move the stool out of the way. And feel the expansiveness of this as the arms move out to the side on the inhale and as they come down from the top all the way through the body. 2 more. Triple burner or triple heater is another way you could think of it. It's the same thing. You're burning the energy of the exhale as it comes down. When that energy comes all the way down and actually hits the feet. 1 more. Here it comes. Good. And then from here, we can go into something like this, picking up a feather between the thumb and the forefinger, sinking it down as if you're painting the wall here. Let's do it again. And do it with a weight shift. You're shifting over here towards your right. You're exhaling down, and now you're going to shift over here to the left and come back up. And release the back heel on this back side. And extend the ribs on your right side. And extend the leg on the back side. Good. So now we're going to move it over here to the left, picking up a feather, letting it go. And this time, watch it come down the wall. And do it again. Up and paint it down. I have a relative who's a painter, and he practices Qigong all the time. And you exhale down like that. He says he does it with the paintbrush. So I thought, oh, that's a cool idea. Beautiful. And notice how your eyes move with it. Good. Let's come to the accordion. This is an expansion for the rib cage, which is, of course, right here. And the primary place is going to be between the breasts and the hip bones here. So just feel that. Expansion, contraction, which I've come to call the accordion, because when you see accordion players, the instrument goes like that. And then as it plays, it goes like this. And the gesture of exhalation is exactly what we ride on in singing. That's what makes the sound. Just as that instrument itself contracts and expands for its own air, the accordion. Good. And now we're going to sink down here. Inhale first, sink it down through the earth, the energy. Bring it up. Take it all the way up today. We expect the sun to come through sometime, but sometimes it's just gray here in San Francisco. So if we bring this grounding up from the bottom and bring the upper spine back a little bit here, we can reach the sun. Where are you? And exhale back down. So I like that, a 4-part grounding. You're going to inhale to the heart. That's 1. Exhale down. Inhale to the head. That's 2. Slowly exhale down. And exhale to the sky or to the sun. Let's do the sun. Or the clouds. Or the tops of the trees. And exhale down. And then if you really want to go up to the sky for a 4-part grounding, go all the way up, bring the upper spine back a little bit, making a curve in your back. And then as you come back, let's come into the fountain. Bring the backs of the palms together, fold forward from the hips, flat back, release. And come back up, palms still, back of the palms still together. Inhale and feel like a fountain. And the next time, coming down, exhaling and inhaling. Inhale and say ah. Inhale, ah. I know that sounds kind of goofy, but you know what? You need to warm up your voice. Exhale down. Inhale up. Try E. E. Exhale down. It's what kids do. Adults need to be kids too. Inhale up again. Try O. Oh, you have to breathe first. Exhale down. And one more, we'll do ooh. Inhale. Ooh. Very good. Now we're going to do a spinal twist, but be carrying a bowl. So you're going to carry the bowl. Inhale first. Carry it to your left. Keep your spine long. You exhale on the gesture here. And you inhale back to center. Take a breath in. And then twist towards your left. Inhale, center. And twist towards your right. Inhale, center. I'm trying to mirror you, so if that seems weird when you look at my body, you have to get used to it. It's what we do in Qigong. All right, so now you're going to shake it out from the toes all the way up through the whole body. Ooh, be a ghost. Be a weirdo. Ah, hee. It's actually good. If you can pretend you're crazy, it really helps. Ah, good. Now,
some of us don't have to pretend.
Okay, make sure you turn off your sound. That was a good thing, though. Glad you said that. All right, now you're going to bring your fingers to the inside of your shoulders and drop back. 2, 3, 4. And back here, come forward and up and back down. Try. Good, check it out again. Bring your arms into a T. And circle here. And go back the opposite way. Good. Now we're going to take the next movement right from a Qigong warm-up that's used particularly in Tai Chi Chuan. So it's knocking at the gates. It's a little more aerobic, but we need to be able to go from slowness, continuity, circularity, moving from the center into all that we do, including moving faster with awareness. So here, we've done our spinal twist. That's what you're doing. With your awareness, realize that you can connect your buttocks, your knee, and your heel. And the heel in the back is going to lift as you do this with your feet in a V, in rider on horse position, which is safe for our body when the feet are out like that. Good. Coming back to center now. Let it go. We're going to shake it from the bottom all the way up. And then we will be ready, I think, to do some hip circles, knee circles, and then we'll start our Tai Chi Chih. All right, so here we are back here. We're going to come forward with our hips forward, and then to your right, back, side, forward. And you're hitting all 4 points of what we would think of as a clock. We have that same feeling when we're doing circular movements with the eyes in yoga. So these circles were really important in this history of Qigong. And one more here, we'll come forward. We'll go the opposite way. We're going to go to the left for you and around it, moving the hips, keeping the spine long from the tailbone up to the crown of the head. You want to make sure you do that. That's an Effie Chow rule. She was a famous Qigong practitioner in San Francisco and Oakland in the 80s, I think. Okay, now we let it go again. And we'll ground it. We'll come into Tadasana, the mountain pose from yoga and in Qigong. Palms are forward, the spine is long. And you just feel really long there. This is supposed to be something we should do 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes later before we go to bed. Just standing, letting go. Tai Chi Chih, 19 movements in one pose. You can do Tai Chi Chih seated, but today we'll be doing it standing. "19 movements in one pose," created by Justin Stone with the help of his teacher, Wen Shan Huang. The book came out in 1974, or yes, 1974. And Wen Shan Huang's book came out in 1976, but actually was preceded by early work and textbooks from China. Rocking motion involves the infinity symbol here, the figure 8. As you pick up energy from earth with your palms, which are soft, and release them in an 8 figure back down to the ground. You can see there's just a little bit of curving here. This is relaxing the joints of the wrists, the fingers, the palms, which are rounded. And the knees are involved too. Notice how you soften them as you come through the middle, straighten them a little bit more as you come to the back and the front. It's really a rocking motion like a rocking chair. See if you can keep cervical spine, the back of the neck, thoracic spine behind the chest, and lumbar spine down to the tailbone, one long line in terms of your alignment. So not really looking down, but looking ahead is what we want. And your feet are in a V, sometimes called rider on horse position, because the toes are looking out to the sides a little bit. That helps to keep you grounded through this. Rocking motion, any multiple of 9. I've gone beyond 9 now. I'll do a few more. But at home, you can do 9, 27, 36, whatever looks good to you in terms of settling your energy and slowing down. When you start slowing down, you start feeling the chi or intrinsic energy that comes from this move. When it reaches the fingers, you might feel a little bit of tingling. You'll find as you move through this that the palms are sometimes in polarity, meaning that centers of the palms, the Legong points, almost talk to each other, even when they're apart. Last one here of rocking motion. Sink it into the earth, resting on globes of energy. And we'll do a couple of weight shifts side to side here, keeping your thumbs on your hip bones to really feel the connection between the hips, the knees, the ankles, as you shift to side with your whole body. And we'll come back here to our second move here, which is bird flaps its wings. The feet are in a V. They're just a little bit closer together than they were for the last move. And now we drop down, exhaling, inhaling to prepare for this. Inhaling to the heart, we're grounding now. And now we're going to shift to come into the front of the feet, releasing the heels as we drop down with this. So inhale first. As you drop down, come to the front of the feet. And the heels will lift. And there's your bird wings. Here is your inhale coming, straightening, sinking and rising, a very important part of Qigong. Here's the third one. We're going to make a little wrist circle forward for the wings of the bird and inhale back. Second cycle. And third cycle, last one of bird flaps its wings. Sink, rise, just come to the balls of the feet and the whole foot here, all 3 points. And one wrist circle forward. And inhale back slowly to sink it all into the earth and to double ground it. Make that the single grounding, and we'll make a double grounding here. Come to the heart. And let's make it more. Okay, let's go to the head. all these practices you can play with a bit. I think it's important to stay kids and come all the way up here and sink it slowly down. Beautiful. To make sure that there's no tension in the body, let's do another shakeout. Another look at the weight shift side to side before we do the front back weight shift. So sinking down. Let's bring the thumbs to the tip bones here and shift across a couple times. And look at our front back weight shift before we start. A lot of them in this practice. Okay, now when you shift to your right, this is the yan leg. It's slightly bent. This leg is not much bent here and there's not much weight in it. And now release your left leg forward. That's it. Around the platter. The back foot is 45-degree angle to the front. As you shift forward, inhale into this front leg, bending the knee, the back leg becomes straight. And now you bend the back knee and the front leg becomes straight, but not locked at the joint. Mentioning that because people, if they lock the joint at the knee, can have some problems. We don't ever want to lock the knee if we can. All the joints should be supple, but you can semi-lock it by a straight leg. Two more. Last one. Bring that foot back in. Inhale, just sink it through the earth. Shift towards your left and release your right heel. Around the platter. Three more. Inhale that leg back and sink the energy through the ground. Double ground it. Around the platter variation is next, shifting the energy to the right to bring your left heel forward and picking up a ball at your left shoulder. Inhale it here. Drop it center. And exhale back. Three more. Last one of around the platter variation on your left side. That means we go to the right side next, right? Inhale. Single grounding between sides here. Shift towards your left with those knees. This leg is the light weight yin leg. And now it becomes yang when you shift into it. It bends slightly. And the back leg straightens and the heel comes up. So picking up a ball of energy here, we're doing around the platter variation, right side. A circle within a circle. Right at the sternum area is where it drops to return to the back leg with the energy. This would be the inhale. This would be the exhale. It's also slow, circular, and moving from the center. 4 more. See if you can feel a gradual glide through the middle here. And then the back heel lifts, and then a glide through the middle again, and the front toe lifts. That way you get a nice long inhale towards me and an exhale back away from me. Beautiful. Nice energy. Last one on your right side of around the platter variation, and now sink it into the earth. First inhaling, exhaling down from the heart, and double ground it. Beautiful. Our next move is called bass drum. Just make sure everything's relaxed, especially your shoulders and your arms and your hands and your fingers. And now you're going to drop down, shift towards your right to bring the left leg forward, and the palms will be in polarity. So there's these points in the middle that talk to each other. Here's the exhale, and here's the inhale. As you come around your drum and move back with the hips and the elbows in connection to each other. Watch this to yourself. Here, they're going to pull back with those hips. So your energy is coming around the rim of the drum also. Sometimes it's described as something kind of velvet. So that's to bring your attention to the fingers where the chi ends. Fingers and toes. Circularity is working when we get this going. All the way through the whole body. Here's your inhale. And the palms seem to be connecting here. There's your exhale. Three more. Or bass drum. Last one. Good. Bring the foot back. Inhale to ground it. Shift the energy subtly towards your left side over here. Release your right. Notice how the back foot maintains that 45-degree angle. And here we go. Bass drum right side. It's slow, continuous, and very circular. Just like a big drum. And you're in the inside of it, which I find incredibly cool. There's lots of energy on the outside here, just all the way through as you make that circle. Feel it. Good. Bring the foot back in. Inhale to release. And to double ground it. Daughter on the mountaintop is next, shifting towards your right, releasing your left heel. Coming to the tops of two mountains here. It's a heart shape also. So exhale down through the center. Inhale up over the mountains and down through the central trail as the palms cross with your left hand close to the heart. Don't forget to breathe. Here's your inhale coming up right here. Here's your exhale down through the central trail. And notice really that this makes a heart here. Come bring the energy down through there, the abdomen. That's where your exhale would be. And let's do one more here on this left side. Bring the foot back in and sink it into the earth. Shift towards the left and release the right heel. Daughter on the mountaintop returns to us on the right side. Breathing in, breathing out. It's a really long breath. You're inhaling forward and you're exhaling back towards the wall behind you. And two more on this right side. Last one. Beautiful. Inhale and release it into the earth. Double ground it. Our next move, you'll shift to your right first, is daughter in the valley. The fingertips are above the shoulders here, but the shoulders are relaxed and down. Coming up through the center trail here, from the tops of the mountains right there. So here's your beautiful inhale forward. And your beautiful exhale back as you see the view down below. Daughter in the valley. Practicing slowness, continuity, circularity, and moving from the center. Three more. Breathing in, breathing out. Say to yourself, I am breathing in. Tongue will come to the top palate that way. Say to yourself, I am breathing out. The tongue will release a little bit. And last one on this left side. Bring the foot back. Ground it to the earth. Shift towards your left to release the right heel. And start on top of the mountains to come down through the central trail, which was right here. Inhale. And exhale back. 3 more. Good. Enjoy the journey. It's very slow. It's a moving meditation practice. Let's double ground it. Good. Now we're going to come to our next move, which is carry the ball to the side. Come over here together. We'll wind up. Even the hips will wind up here with this ball. You'll release your left heel and move across 3 times carrying the ball. And notice how it drops easily here and it moves with the shift. Let's one more here. Then you bring in the outside leg, which is your right. You shift down, you release and shift here. Bring out your left heel and move across. And one more pattern of 3, carrying the ball to the side. Beautiful. Now we're going to ground it briefly and go back the opposite direction. So winding up towards your left, picking up your ball, releasing your right heel, and 1, 2, 3 carries here. Then another 3 carries, grounding first. Sinking it down into the earth. And the last carry here will bring us to this side, where we started. Sinking and making a double grounding here. And coming to the center for push-pull. We'll be using our forward back weight shift again. That was just basically side to side, 3 times 3, and then 3 times 3 back. So on this one, push-pull, we're exhaling first. So inhale to exhale. You're going to shift to your right, release your left, and push from the heel of the hand out. Fingertips come up, and inhale back to the heart. Leaving the heart with the exhale. Coming back to the heart with a very soft wrist turn here on the inhale. Two more on this left side. Last one. Beautiful. Bring then in that leg back to where you are in your rider on horse position. Shift down. Shift over to the left. Release the right heel forward so that you're now in a good position to send the energy through this leg. Push, pull. And that takes the energy back to the back leg. So feel the shift here through the middle and then release the back heel. Shift through the middle and then release the front toe. It's very, very slow. Two more. And last one. Inhale and release. Now double ground it. Pulling in energy from the farthest star in the universe is the next one. Shifting to your right, bringing forward your left heel. And the fingertips are up like this, and they're right at your chest high water level. It's like around the platter, only upside down. The energy is coming in through the fingertips. Inhale it and release it slowly back towards the heart. And your back foot. This is where you can start getting a nice smile on your face because it starts feeling like you've got a lot of chi moving. So release the jaw a little bit. Two more. Of pulling in the energy from the farthest star in the universe through the fingertips. And draw in that left leg. Inhale to release it through the earth. Shift towards your left leg this way. Release your right. Stand tall and bring the energy in from the farthest star in the universe. Imagining what that would be like tonight. It's also called a visualization here, a type of meditation. Last one on your right side. Inhale that leg back. Let's double ground here, triple ground and quadruple ground. There's a lot of energy moving when you move this slowly. And all the way up to the sun. And the moon, I guess, because this is about pulling in the energy from the farthest star. And let's prepare for our next move, but first get a little bit of hydration going. So if you've got a glass of water nearby, slowly move towards it. Our next move is Coming up here, and this is basic taffy. Your left hand will move under the right elbow. Your left heel will move over here, and then you'll move over here to exhale. But the palms cross each other without touching. And we ground between each one as we move towards your left. The left hand is the invite hand. It's saying, okay, come this way. And the right hand is saying, hey, wait, it's my turn. And everything is so slow. It feels like sticky taffy. So it's called basic taffy. It'll be followed with 3 variations. First, you want to feel the extensiveness of this. It also has a heart protector move locked in it. So your palm is moving down the inside of the arm all the way through the fingers there. And then to the other side. Even without touching yourself, you can feel the energy moving all the way through. And the top hand will move down to support the yin leg and back, which is your straight leg. And the bottom hand will move up towards the heavens. I always thought that was so cool. And the weight shift is making this all possible. Shifting towards your left. The left hand is underneath. Shifting towards your right. The right hand is underneath. And you stop to ground in the middle. Let's do a couple more. One more this way. And then we'll do a last one to come back towards the peacock, this beautiful hanging that I have here. And inhale and sink it through the earth. Let's double ground it. And now we move towards our first variation, which is anchor taffy. You'll anchor your right foot. Your left foot will move forward with taffy. And it'll be like an L shape here as you open the hips out and then take it towards your left hand. There it is. There's the bottom of the L. Now the right leg takes over. The right hand is underneath. Your back leg is your left and it's anchored. And then it pulls in here as you do your side to side shift. And then becomes the front foot. We'll do a couple more so that everybody gets the feeling of this, which is such a beautiful move. I love the feeling of a boat moving forward. Anchored, can't go very far. When the anchor pulls up, then you can move over here and the anchor comes in the boat. And we'll come back to shore now. And we'll double ground this one. The variations really carry a lot of energy, especially, or even though we're moving slowly. You're probably feeling some chi right there between the fingertips and the ground. Yeah, it plays with gravity. All right, now we come to our second variation, which is circles taffy. Your feet are in a V, you sink and rise. 3 times. You wind up to your right to move to the left with your left hand underneath. Sink now just to briefly ground, and then start again. And your right hand is underneath. Sink. Inhale and sink again. 1, 2, 3. Wind up and pull towards your left with your left hand under. And inhale there and sink again. There's 3 of these little sinking, circling movements that feel like you're jump roping. So pick up the jump rope and now go. Two more. To your right with the right hand under, bringing in your left foot, and going back to the opposite side to end the move. And sink. Let's double ground that one. It's such a beautiful but fairly energetic move. One more grounding. The more grounding we do, the more chi you'll feel later. And the more reason to drink lots of water and get a rest. All right, our next move after the circles taffy is the third one, and this is perpetual motion taffy. So your left hand's under. This one uses a heel step over here. So you flex the foot, drop the heel. Flex the foot once you come to this side to ground it in that foot. It's a lot of great connection here in terms of balance. So feel it as you move. Make sure that you don't lose your posture. So feel the energy between the tailbone and all the way to the crown of the head, the back of the skull. That'll bring you through cervical, thoracic, lumbar spine with a long thread. Perpetual motion taffy. And look at what it does. Notice how you come with the heart protector, move down the middle of the arm that's open here, the inside of the arm all the way down without touching. You can do this any number of times, but the awareness of how beautiful this is energetically is so wonderful. I love it. Let's go back here. Now we'll ground it through the earth. Beautiful. Let's ground it again. Let's do 4 groundings on this one because it really is unique with its heel step. And all the way up to the sun. In gratitude for the sun. Thank you very much. All right. So our next move is going to be working the pulley. Your right hand will be under the hip bone here. Here's your hip to there. And it's going to come back. And your forward hand is going to come from the heart here on your left side. And then you're coming across the body with it, and the back hand will follow with the same move. So here it's straight forward from the shoulder. And then as it comes back, it pulls the hip back on the inhale. There's your exhale. Here's your inhale. The dominant hand is with the dominant leg right now, which is your left. And that will affect the breath. The other hand is the partner hand. Your right hand's the partner hand right now. Some people call this a form of giving and receiving energy in partners. It's a wonderful partner practice because your partner will be feeling this connection here of the inhale and the exhale forward together. It's great. Good. And now notice how when you do this, the back foot swivels on the front of the foot and the front heel swivels to allow for this crossover here in partners. Good. Let's bring the foot in now. So the left foot comes in. Single grounding, working the pulley here on the left side. Preparing to bring your right leg forward. First shift left, then bring the right heel forward. Bring the right hand outside of the heart area here, and your left hand will be under the hip. And here you go, working the pulley. Doesn't it feel like we're kind of all roped to a bunch of boats? We're just pulling those boats in, a whole bunch of us, after a good fishing trip for the village. I think that's about 5. We're going to go to 9. Two more. Last one of working the pulley. Bring back that right foot, coming into rider on horse position. Inhale. Sink it through the earth. Double ground it. And our next wonderful move is this one. Light at the top of the head, light at the temple. Feet are in a V. Sinking down. Bringing the arms above the head or wherever you can here so that you're right at the crown here in the back, possibly, and sinking and rising. You can always modify these things if you need to and bring the palms forward right at the forehead if you want. Some people do that. Good. Now you're going to circle the energy of yin and yang. It's really like circling the Tao. And hold it on the inhale. Sink and rise, feet in a V. And let it go. 3 times. Out and into the earth on the exhale. Back to your heart with the left hand above the right. Sink it down. Bringing it to your temples, light at the temple. I love this concept that this is where our thoughts, our speech, and our actions begin to be right. And sink and rise. Let it go. This is our temple, our head. Circle the energy here. It's not really to be right, it's more to be able to serve others. We start with our own heart. Then we hold it here, inhale, and sink and rise and let that energy go out into the world. Sink it down into the earth on the exhale. Back to your heart on the inhale with the left hand above. And down through the body, exhaling slowly down. Our next move is the most yang move, most masculine move we do. It's called joyous breath. Feet are in a V. Inhale, everything you got. Come to the balls of the feet and sink it down 4 times on the exhale. Or you can make a sound like hmm, or like ah, or just simply exhaling through the nostrils. Inhale slowly and release all that energy into the earth to prepare for our next move, which is passing clouds, all things change. Side to side weight shift with a little bit of front and back. As you brush your elbows, perhaps. Moving from the center. Each of us is our own center as the clouds pass. Even when the mirror hand goes by, we let it go. Last one. Passing clouds. Bring the left foot in. Sink it through the earth a couple times. And now we come to a unique bunch of words that resemble our 6 healing sounds. So we have ho for the heart, hu for the spleen, tsu for the liver, sh for the lungs, shi for the triple heater, and chui for the kidneys. I'll put that right here so you can see it for a moment. Ho, hu, tsu, sh, shi, chui. 6 healing sounds for Chinese medicine. The most important is the kidneys, as far as the areas of importance. And the heart is less important than the kidneys. It's really interesting. The heart in Western medicine is more important. So just a little bit of difference there, but they both share the symbol of the figure 8. This has a figure 8 locked in the chui when we do it 5 times. Ho, your left hand, both hands. Hu, your left foot too, to the side. Tsu, right hand, right foot. Sh, shi, chui. Again. Ho, hu, tsu, and you can aspirate this if you like. Sh, shi, chui. And last one, we do 5 chuis. Ho, in the figure 8. Hu, tsu, sh, shi for the kidneys. Chui, heel step. Chui, chui. Notice the figure 8. Chui, chui. Beautiful. Now just circle the energy of yin and yang any way you like here, like rolling dough for bread. So beautiful. Let's go back again. Nice. And sink it through the earth for a moment. And bring your left heel to your right ankle bone. Bringing the arms out and up, perhaps thinking of the tree from yoga. And then bringing your left hand close to the heart when you have one hand in front of the other. Opening the whole chest, evening out your elbows for cosmic consciousness pose. I was going to say semi-consciousness pose. No, it's cosmic consciousness pose. All right. So here's your left hand behind, and you're looking through the window of eternity and over it. With hope, courage, resilience, and always the thought that things will get better. Interlacing the fingers together, bring overhead. Looking up with that hope and smiling. Bring the arms out here for the joy of living and being together practicing Tai Chi Chih. 19 movements and one pose. Let's come back to prayer here. There's a lot to think about right now with the world, so we wish it all the best and that we get to keep doing this beautiful practice of Tai Chi Chih.